Hello everyone, I'm TG and welcome back to the House of Sleaze. Today I'm taking a look at another build for Annette, and this build is designed to stop this whole shotgun meta thing as best as we can. Now, you're not going to have the damage absorption of a thick Annette build, but what you are going to have is the ability to spam, and we're going to be using a lot of dogs, and we are also going to be using beta strain. So that's going to kind of mitigate the shotguns as best we can. So let's take a look. Now to start things off with, I'm using Beastmaster because aside from it just being chaotic, dogs are actually pretty good these days. Since the patch, dogs have become a lot more viable and they actually do some damage. Next I'm using buffs, which is going to increase all the effects of my creature buffs, making everything just a little bit stronger. And lastly, I'm using creature efficiency. I'm actually giving up my enhancement, and that's just because I want to spam as much as possible. For her exclusive cards, I'm using the triple zombie dog and the double tough zombie. The dogs I'm using for the reason I just stated, and the tough zombie is going to give us a little bit of damage absorption. So now let's take a look at the equipment. So we're using Beta Strain 2, Resilient Skin 3, Viral Canister 2, and Fresh Blood 3. This is kind of a catch-all build where it's going to make your zombies just strong enough to get through for a few swipes or a grab, if you're lucky. And we're going to be spamming so much, it's not going to matter that they go down because there's just going to be so many on the map. So now let's take a look at the deck. I'm using both the Efficiency mod and the Converter mod creatures. I'm also using two Vapors. I'm using Infection and Bioleech. Coupled with that, I'm using Discount and Energy Booster creatures. And for our creature roll call, we have Double Zombie, Tough Zombie, the Dealer, and the Mighty Weapon of War, the Liquor. Now, unlike Thick Annette, this build does not require you to have all 4 buffs to make your deck work. You really only need these 2. We just want to infect and keep our bioenergy high. We're also going to be spamming out so many creatures that we're going to get IVs left and right. And when we get a chance, we're going to launch a liquor at them and give them a sturdy tongue lashing. So I'm going to show you guys a match I played earlier using this build, and my oh my did I feel like a super spam Spencer. So sit back and enjoy. Oh, what a team. Becca, Valerie, and January. This might not go so good for old TG. And Valerie stole my name. Birkin 701. I'll show you.
I anticipated all these years ago.
So I'm obviously using my Annette preset because I'm using Annette. So we are going to load up this room as best we can and just hope and pray that Becca does not shred these guys apart. Now, if there is a god up in heaven, I won't be seeing 4 shotguns burst through this door.
Each step they take brings you closer to death.
So we've done just about all we can do now. Got as many creatures as we can. Got both my buffs up. Turned off the lights, locked the doors. Literally, now it's just a waiting game. Now, what would be very annoying is if this January was using malware. So, of course she will be. And the thing about this build is, again, like many of my builds, they're primarily Area 2 and 3 builds. So, don't worry too much if you're getting stomped in Area 1. A lot of builds, in fact I'd say most builds, are not their strongest in Area 1. That's where the survivors get a little too confident. Once we get to Area 2 though, if we get to Area 2 though, then we're gonna see some magic. So I'm just gonna jump into this beautiful young lady here. And they stopped me. Not seeing a shotgun, but we got an MQ, which is a wise choice against Annette because she's probably going to try to kneecap me like the dirty, dirty bitch that she is.
Your continued efforts only place humanity.
As long as we can get a little bit of infection in this round, which it looks like we're doing pretty well with, then I'm a happy little mastermind.
I might be able to see something.
Unfortunately, the buffs is not quite as good as Alex's Amplify when it comes to infection, but it does get the job done. You see, they are all infected. Except for Tyrone, he just healed himself.
Should never have been made.
But let's see if we can change that.
They produce
No, Valerie. No. I can't believe I got that bite off. Oh, where are you going? Where are you going, guys? So we're just gonna let him have it now. No point putting anything down. We'll just be wasting our bioenergy.
Look, the exit is open!
So many of you are still alive?
Going into round 2,
Very well.
6 minutes. Like I said, don't be discouraged. It may seem bad, but I guarantee things are about to get a lot better.
However,
Now we got our dogs, and I never thought I'd say this, but I actually look forward to using dogs these days. Before it used to be, if I was using them, I guess I'll put them out. But now, I actually look forward to them. Because they just bring all this chaos. If they're buffed up, they are spreading infection, getting you bioenergy, they can regen, they move like fucking lightning if you're using Berserker, and they actually do damage now instead of running into walls. And Tyrone forgot to check his periph. So let's just put down a few more doggos. And you know what? Let's go for the long haul.
this research and its byproducts
There we go.
just for this world.
Oh, too late. Too late with your little shotgun. You can see there 2 shots with the shotgun. You see our beta strain in action. So I've turned this hallway into a little corridor of death.
Myself.
Not too worried about their explosives, because I'm just going to be able to wash and replace, no problem. Steal a little bit of credits here. And here comes Big Daddy. We're going to teach these bitches that the pipe is law. Oh, Tyrone. Respect the pipe. Now, a lot of times, Tyrone seems to think he can just go one-on-one because he's got that little kick. But it doesn't really work. Not with Birkin, anyway. Because you can just about stun lock anyone. Boom. Just give her 5 across the eyes. Oh, lucky girl. So when using Beastmaster, even if you're not doing great with Birkin, you want to kind of stay out as long as possible and try to get off a few overkills, because you're going to be getting dogs every time you overkill, even though your timer is paused. And even if you don't use overkill, you want to maximize the Beastmaster and get as many dogs out as possible. So you see, even that dog getting the fresh blood going and biting Becca. So I'm going to let the dogs do their work and reinforce them with a liquor so I can prepare up top. Because this is my favorite spot for a terminal, as it just gives me the best chance of really crushing them. Because it forces them up and allows me to actually build up my forces outside the door. So it kind of pincers them. So they got that terminal, but they ain't gonna make it far. So I'll leave her in there to gather her credits. And uh-oh, I don't think you can go that way.
Accept your demise.
Oh, that worked out nicely.
Just let it take you.
You will all
Get some more dogs. Oh, and Becca DC'd. I guess she had enough. But you can see the timer, we've really shaved some time off. Even if Becca didn't quit, pretty confident that we would have done this.
You will never escape.
Hey, January, come on. Come on. Dance with me.
Their death was necessary.
There we go. So that's that.
There is no escape.
That was beta spam Annette. A hell of a lot of fun. One of my favorite builds. Oh my god, I've never seen that animation. One of my favorite builds to use, especially with the new shotgun meta, because it's just so overwhelming. So as always, I'm TG. If you like what you saw, you know what to do. If not, but come on, you like what you saw. Keep it sleazy.